Welcome viewers. The sport of cricket started in England in the 16th century, and today we have invited three guests of the North Peace Cricket Foundation. We'll talk about cricket. So the first guest is Anandu, then we have got Ronak, and we have got David. So let's begin with the history of cricket. Few people know that the first international team which went abroad was the Canadian team which went to New York to play against USA, and then that was in 1844. 1877 there was a first international test match between England and Australia won. Interestingly, I'm not superstitious, but 100 years later there was another match between Australia and England, and again Australia won by exactly the same number of runs. Now I don't know if it's cricket by chance or there are so many interesting aspects of this game. Now, as we talk about the modern cricket, so today we have got, of course, the International Cricket Council, the ICC. So please tell me, Anandu, how many members does it have?
Actually, it has more than 100 members now. They are participating in the ICC. But as a full-time member, there are 10, and they are the full-time members means they are playing Test, One Day International, and 2020. But for the Test playing. They need certain kind of eligibility, and they need to qualify themselves to be they are perfect or they are the best for the test playing eligibility. They have to perform very well in the platform of cricket. Then only we can tell them they are the best of the cricket. That's why now they have 12 full-time members. Most of them are from Australia and subcontinent of India. It includes like Australia, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan. Now they added also the West Indies, but only in the last month they added Ireland and Afghanistan to the cricket, the full time. They can also play test playing now, but as the associate members, there are more than 100 members, but they are also focusing to lead to look forward for the full-time membership, but only on certain strategies, certain criteria, they can make it to the full-time members. Anyway, cricket is a very interesting game, and in a modern era, 2020 is very popular. But as a form of cricket, there are three types: One Day International, Test, and T20. As a introduction, Test is actually meant for 5 days.
Good.
It is taking almost 5 days, and people are taking too much time. You know, right? They have to spend 5 days for a single match.
Watching it.
Yeah, watching it, and also the One Day International. They have to spend 1 day. Then people always in this modern era they don't love to spend that much time in front of any game or even that they need anyway quick, right? Then the modern thing happened. The 2020 it made the cricket the most spectacular and wonderful game, and it is the second most popular game in the world, and it's going like in India and in all the subcontinents. It's like the most amazing game and getting so much audiences. And if you just watch the cricket, the audiences, the crowd that they are watching, it's amazing.
You are right. Cricket is the second most popular game in the world today. And when did the one-day form of cricket start?
The first One Day International, it happened in 1971. It was between Australia and England. I think Australia have won that match, and it was a very nice game. And as professional as before, it was all the time. It was the Test cricket that played before that 1970s, and it was a new form of cricket at that time in 1970s, and people were very happy to see that kind of change to that game, changing that from 5 days to a single day. And it happened like the World Cup in 1975. That happened the first time. It changed the cricket and it increased all the audiences all around the world. And you can just see the World Cup finals of 1975, 1978, 1979, and then 1983. It happened when India won the World Cup in 1983. It was like amazing. All the audience were jumping out of the ground, and they were just embracing the players, and it was
Exciting.
Yeah, exciting.
By all means.
Goosebump moment for all of
Excellent.
us.
Very good. And when we talk about the 2020 form of cricket,
Yeah.
when did that start?
It happened in 2003. I don't know the exact team who played that, but actually it changed the face of cricket to a lot, because today when you look at the cricket, you can see a lot of Premier Leagues that happening all around the world, especially the subcontinents, Indian Premier League, Pakistan Cricket Premier League, the Sri Lankan Premier League. It, you know, the audiences when we see that, when comparing to the test matches, you can see how much they love to watch the cricket. They're coming in the evening. They're spending like half of the day there. Almost, it's like just 6 hours compared to that 5 days. 6 hours is, the audience are very happy to see that, and it's like all the time. The batsman is the prominent character in a cricket, and it changed. It's to an aggressive game rather than. Also, it is called the gentleman's game, but from that it changed the cricket to an aggressive. It gave aggressive face to cricket, and 2020 it's amazing all the time. Yeah.
Very good. So from Test cricket of 5 days to 1 day matches, and
Yeah.
then coming to 2020 could be 10-10, 5-5
Yeah,
as
yeah.
life is
Yeah.
becoming
That
busier.
would be a really close call, because for 2020 it's the thing that the people did have time before, now they don't. Life is getting busy, so they want more entertainment in a shorter format. That's what the 2020 it's called. So it's the thing that was brought in 2003, and then it went on and on and on. Then in 2007, the World Cup started. Like after 4 years, they decided, like, we have 50-over World Cup. Now we're gonna decide we're gonna have a 20-over World Cup too. So every 4 years they do a 50-over World Cup, and then every 2 years they decided to do a 2020 World Cup. And the good thing is the first ever World Cup was played in 2007. It was played in South Africa, and it was won by the India. And that's the thing, it went on from there. As now you can see in the 50-50 ranking, you will see a West Indies in not even top 10 teams. But last year in 2020 format, they are getting really better. Like, they are at the champion right now. They are the first spot in 2020 rankings, where they are not anywhere in the 50-50 over ranking. So see the comparison where it goes to limited overs, goes to more overs, and when the passion, and when there's the strength, it comes to this team, you will see how the lower team gets more points when they go to a shorter format. They think that they can play better in this format, and they won. Like last year in 2015, the Windies Women's, they won the World Cup. For the Women's World Cup, West Indies under 19, they won the World Cup. In the same year, West Indies, they won the 2020 World Cup. So see, the one nation getting all 3 World Cups. So neither Australia, the first number ranking, neither India, Pakistan, South Africa, England, those are the 5 best teams that we have. Still, the team that is not that capable of winning, they are getting the World Cup. So it's very unpredictable game. Anything can happen on any ball, and anything can happen, in any moment. And that's the thing about the cricket, that we love it, and that's why we're more into it. We brought this here because I played in Grand Prairie last year, the whole summer, and then I found out that we can do this, right? Why not Fort St. John? That's why we come with the Fort St. John and say, we ask for the CT for the help, we ask whoever we can, right? But the thing we had in our mind, that we want to do this, we want to get a new sport in the community, right? And that we've succeeded.
When we talk about a number of global teams, the player who has scored maximum runs in Test cricket, who is that?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Good. And when we talk about the player who has scored maximum runs in one-day cricket,
That's also Sachin Tendulkar, and we're proud of it.
I remember one of his famous quotes: enjoy the game and go after your dreams. Dreams do come true. So that part is again exciting. Also, when we talk about the ICC, they have also started rankings of women's cricket. So which country is leading those
As if this moment, the Australia is leading the score right now.
Good. And when we talk about the Champions Trophy, so how did you enjoy it this year?
This year was the very exciting because that few teams came up with from a lower position they did really good. India and Pakistan came into finals, and congrats to the Pakistan. They won the Champions Trophy this year. It was a really good game, and we saw some a really good game between England and Australia, as well as India and Sri Lanka, where India was most favorite to win, but then when it comes to the cricket, you know, you never know what's going to happen, and then it's Sri Lanka who beat the India. So, and then India and Pakistan went into a final, and then Pakistan won the Champions Trophy.
And it was a great game.
It was a really
So
good
what are the
game.
best things you liked about the champion Pakistan team?
It's the always Pakistan team is always been producing really good bowlers. This year they had Junaid Khan, Mohammad Amir, which were the pace was really good, as well as they have Wasim as a spinner, and their batsmen they started with Hafiz and Shoaib Malik. So that's the thing. They have a really good middle order, and they scored 335 runs in 50 overs, like which is 300 balls, right? 6 balls per over. So in answer of that, India couldn't score much, but credit goes to the bowler who bowls really good, keep the control on the batsman. They didn't let any run go easily and won the game for the country, and hats off to them.
That's interesting. So when it's the Pakistani bowlers, I'm sure the fans are watching all over the world with excitement.
It is.
And similarly, once there are Indian batsmen, again, the cricket fans are watching all over the world. So what are the best things you like about the Indian team?
Indian team, as I said, the Pakistan has good bowlers. India is known for the batsmen. It's like we had produced Sachin Tendulkar, Sourav Ganguly, you know, Sunil Gavaskar, who scored like more than 10,000, 12,000 runs, which is like next to impossible things, because when it comes to the more than 10,000 score, very few people in the world, like I can count on my hands, where very few people who scored that much. And I can say it proudly because India has like 6 players who scored more than 10,000 runs in the Test cricket, and there's 3 players in the one day who scored, as I know of, my knowledge, they scored more than 10,000 runs. So India produces really good batsmen, as well as the fan following. You will see anywhere in the world there is a India playing, you will see a crowd full. The stadium is full of the crowd with Indian. There is Indian flags going everywhere. You know, that makes us proud that wherever the team is, we are there to support them. And that's what the cricket is. Like, we support cricket first, and then comes to India. That's why we are playing as a cricket, as a one nation, and that's why we have 4 teams. But it's not like, oh, you're from this part of India. No, we are India, and we are playing we are playing for cricket. So that builds a really good unity in us, and that's what we want.
Right. And when we talk about the international teams also, so besides the teams we have discussed, let me ask you what other teams you like and why. So what is another team you would like, and what would be the reasons?
Yeah, there is one and only the mighty Australians. You know, they have won 4 times the World Cup. From that knowledge, we can say they are the best in the cricket. Maybe Pakistan, India, they have the highest fans, the most fans. But when it comes to the cricket, and when it comes to the game, if you have to see the best game, you must watch Australians. They are calling us kangaroos, but they are something like also the proteas. They are called the South Africans. They came to cricket. I think they came to popular after the 2000s, and they are playing all the time the best. They are showing their full capability, and they have produced the best batsmen. You know, the AB de Villiers, fast places, and a lot of players. You know, it's like when it comes to the Australian cricket, you know, Ricky Ponting, Shane Warne, the best spinner of the world. Then I think apart from India and Pakistan, the most loved cricket team for me is Australia and South Africa.
That's interesting. And obviously, the teams are having their own strengths. There are a number of tournaments. In one area, one team is doing excellent. In another area, another team does well. And then the performance goes up and down. So, Ronak, what are your favorite or other teams you like?
My first choice will be England, because I saw in the subcontinent, like in Asia, they don't perform really good. They go really easy. They don't win much. But when it comes to Australia or on their own land, they perform like it's their own game. Where the game like came from. They improved the game in there. The batsmen that they had, Graham Goods to Nasir Hussain to those batsmen, they Alistair Cook right now, who is holding first number for the ranking for no not first number, but in first 10, he's a really good batsman. He scored more than 10,000 runs, right? Plus, they in England they performed so good that it says that okay, you go to England to play, be careful because it's their country and they will win. That's how they say it,
They
right?
have 400 years of all the infrastructure and support and community.
Exactly. And last year they were playing against Pakistan and they scored a highest one day score was 444 runs in 300 balls, which is like 50 overs one day cricket. They scored the highest in that game. So that's why they are my favorite. And the second team I would go with the West Indies, because one day test I get it, they're improving their game, but in 2020 they're dominating the 2020. They are like, this is my game. That's how they are. And that's what I like when you are in the game, when you're passionate. Like last week they had a series with India. The batsman who played one day, he scored like 25-30 runs in a whole 5 games, but when it comes to 20, there was only one 2020 they played. He scored 125 runs in 62 balls, and he won the match like single-handedly. So you can see how the difference when it comes to the different formats of the game, and they are the ones like they can say like this is my game, this is our game, and that's what I like about them because they are crazy about it.
Great. They have a history also, and there was a time in history once they had teams like Lara, and when we talk about him, so even bowlers like Shoaib Akhtar, he used to say that when he's in front of me, his body language is so cool and professional, I forget where should I bowl. He didn't even realize that part. And then they had so many fast bowlers that they had not only one or two, but several of them,
Mhm.
all of them super hit. So obviously they had their strengths then, they have their strengths now. And David, what have been your favorite teams?
Well, yeah, I'm not that much good in good knowledge in choosing a cricket team that is favorite for me. But I would say that like England is the first like I would prefer, and like also I have watched a lot of Canadian cricket team playing in 2007 World Cup, I guess. So I enjoyed their game, and it was really cool. And there was one guy who caught a really tough catch on that game, and so when I was watching it, it was amazing that like
Good.
yeah yeah that's what.
Excellent. And again, all these teams, they have evolved, they have developed. It is almost decades of hard work behind them. Now, some other teams which we have not discussed much today, when we talk about South Africa, when we talk about New Zealand, so they have excellent players, excellent batsmen, excellent bowlers, excellent fielding, and they just lose one match. I don't know what happens, but in
Yes,
terms of
they
their
do.
performance, it has been, they've got so many fans around the world.
It's been said about this New Zealand and South Africa that the World Cup matches, the first round, they clear it. The second round, they clear it. They go to semi-final, but whatever happens to there, they never make it to the final. They never made it. So that's the thing about the cricket is it's something that believes like you can say some player comes to the bat and is like, oh, this is not gonna bat, and he comes out and he scored a century and get the game for the country. So that's the thing, because there was very very crunch game between New Zealand and South Africa in 2015 World Cup where it was 2 runs needed in the last ball and they scored the 2 runs. The South African players was crying on the ground because they were so positive to go in the finals and they worked so hard, but the maybe the other team worked a little bit harder than that, I guess.
And
But
it has happened a number of times.
Exactly, yes, it
With
did.
excellent performance again, something can happen. At the same time, it's about sportsman spirit. It's about communities coming together, enjoying the game. And please tell me if you have any favorite quotes about cricket. David, do you have any quote you like?
Like I would say that win or lose, play fair.
Good.
Because like this is not a war. Like this is like we play for fun. So take
Good
it easy.
point. Excellent. Ronak.
For me, I've been into cricket all the time, even though there have been ups and downs, right? But I would say cricket is my next religion that I would take it on after I'm Indian.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Any quotes you like?
Yeah, just like you said, chase your dreams, but do not find shortcuts. That's the best routes. That's why Sachin Tendulkar is my inspiration. When I play cricket, come to cricket all the time. He's my best.
And it's about being respectful,
Yeah,
being also
all the-
professional.
Yeah, he's not contributed to a country. He's contributed to the cricket community, and it's like it's like a religion in India. And we can see all the people applauding him, even in foreign countries, standing ovation when he comes to bat.
Exciting.
Yeah,
The
that's
thing
exciting.
the thing that they said about Sachin is that no matter how much sledging you do to him, he will not respond to you for a single time, and that's why he's like, they say he's a god of cricket. And I saw it. I saw that video on the YouTube that said when he was playing the last match in the Lords, which is the oldest ground for the cricket. Whole ground gave a standing ovation from the dressing room that he starts walking from first step till he was given a guard of honor till he goes to the ground. So you can see how much respect that he got, because of his nature. And last year, sorry, not this year, we in the May, the movie came out. It's called the Sachin the Billion Dreams, because he inspired so many people in India. It's like the current captain, the current Indian captain right now, the current Indian players, they are all his inspiration. And since 1993, he started playing. All the years, he has been so inspired to everybody that, okay, who you fan? Like, okay, I'm Sachin's friend. It's not cricket, it's Sachin, and Sachin is cricket. That's how we equal to in India. That's what we call it. That's why it's very, 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 he's very, very humble person. And the charity that he does, he goes like, he has his own foundation. He does the charity for that. That's why the Sachin is a dream of billion people.
He has been really popular. So talking about your North Peace Cricket Foundation, so
Mhm.
please tell me a little more about it, David.
So North Peace Cricket Foundation was formed in 2016 December, and with about 150 members from Fort St. John.
So you have 150 members,
Yeah,
active
100
members.
Active members,
Good.
150 members, and currently we have 4 teams registered under our organization. We are kind of a community welfare-oriented organization, so we have to look after that too. Other than that, the cricket, it gives friendship, like it makes friends, like it makes the sports that makes really good friends, because there is a lot of people from the world, like from India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Australia. So we put all together and we understand each other. It gives a good understanding between this diversity.
Good. And last question, Ronak. How do you believe cricket can bring people, communities, nations together? The whole idea is sportsmanship,
Yes.
respecting, supporting, playing fair in good faith. So how can it bring communities all over the world together?
For right now, it's promoting thing. It's our main motto. First, our target is to build a cricket sport in the Fort St. John, because out of the Fort St. John there is Alberta Cricket Association, there is British Columbia Cricket Association, but it's on the higher level. But to reach at the higher level, we have to bring those people in to see. It's not that Canadian or only Indian can play, or no. It's everybody who comes together, and that's what our thing is. We will try to encourage people from here, from Fort St. John, to play with us. and learn how the cricket is, as well as we would that's our vision, to go into the schools, give a training program for a day or two, or a week, to show the children's, like, okay, this is the cricket game is, you might be interested, we will give you a coaching training, we have enough player who can give the coaching training.
So the bat and the ball, they look nice and colorful. They've got almost 4 centuries of history now. Tell me a little more about it.
So the bat is made of the wood, and which is polished, and you will see this sweet spot where where the ball hits the ball. It's not like the ball comes slowly. The ball comes like almost like 80 to 90 mile an hour. So the bat has to be really strong to handle that much pace. But if you see the ball is made of the leather and the wooden inside, and it's hand stitched, right? So when it connects with the bat, it goes back with the same speed, and that's why we have the handle. If you see the handle, it's not inmade, but it is separate from it, and we glue it together. So we have that's why we have the tape on, because it is very important to have the handle in, as well as the bigger the sweet spot, the better it is. It hits the ball really good. As well as these bats, you cannot just make it and start playing. You have to knock this bat really good, like almost 1,000 times a day, to get it going. Otherwise, these edges, if you get even one ball on the edge, it will break. And once you start breaking, you need one more ball, and the whole bat is in your hand with 2 pieces. So it has to be knocked properly, and proper wood. Like you will see the grains here. The grains, the straighter the grains are, it hits the ball really good. As well as you will see the ping. As you see, you can hear the voice.
Good.
It depends on the voice, how good the bat is. You will see like the ball will not jump too much if it's not knocked well or not pinged properly. That's why the balance of the bat, as well as you will see the straighten. It's all matters when it comes to the cricket. Otherwise, it can hit on the bat, or it can hit you on the leg, or it might miss you, or you might get out, right? So everything is very important when it comes to the cricket.
The balls are especially made with the tanned leather, and inside there will be a cork. It's similar to the baseball, but it's different. It's really hard than baseball, and it is stitched with the thread, and the pace baller, that means the speed baller, hold the ball like this on the stitch, and maybe the spin baller will hold the fingers with the ball like this, and they will throw spin, which means when you throw the ball, it hits the ground and turn around this way or that way. So that's a spin, and pace is something like is the highest speed you can get. So that's what the ball is like. It all depends upon, we have lots of techniques to ball, so it depends.
Thank you for explaining. Very good. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank
and we
you.
wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.